Hey folks, Harley Day Rider here, back at you once again. Your good old friend HDR. Out here once again on the Road Glide Ultra. We are heading tonight, you included, you're going with me. We are heading to our HOG chapter meeting. You might have heard me talk a little bit last week. I went to a officers meeting. So once you're an officer in a chaga chatter, oh my goodness, once you're an officer in a HOG chapter, you usually have 2 meetings a week, or 2 meetings a month. So we do 1 meeting on the first Tuesday, and then we do the general body meeting on the second Tuesday, and that's where all the members show up and they eat, maybe have a coffee or something, or a soda, or maybe a beer, maybe. But and we get to chit chat about club stuff, about events coming up. But tonight is the first night. Tonight's historical, right? Because it's the first HOG chapter meeting of 2019, and I get to ride the motorcycle in. So it always makes for a better meeting when you're bringing the bike. And there should be other guys ride today. I did have to stop putting my sweatshirt on. I put my mesh jacket on. It's like, oh, it's pretty warm out. Yeah. Until I started cranking down the road, then it wasn't that warm anymore. So I had to stop. I threw a sweatshirt on under the jacket. And it definitely helps. Yeah, folks, this is really where the Road Glide Ultra really pays dividends. When you're passing these big trucks and you're getting that wind buffeting, I don't feel a thing on the handlebars. And I'm clipping along here at about 70 miles an hour. At one point I was doing 80, but yeah, you don't really feel the wind buffeting. I don't know where that car's going. Sometimes traffic is just a little bit crazy. Now, for the new riders out there, when you're on the highway and you're passing tractor trailer, don't play with the tractor trailer truck. When you come around him, get up on him and then crack it. And the reason we do that is somebody once said, hey, HDR, aren't you worried about those tires when they blow off and that rubber blows across the road? Well, that's why you don't want to be on the side of it too long, right? So again, here, we get up on it, and we crack it. That way I'm only on the side of that truck for a very small amount of time, just enough to get around him. Don't go over there and start riding beside him and think you're all happy and crazy and whatever. It's very, very dangerous over there. So there's my bike tip of the week. Oh man, I know people don't really like tips of the week, but I just found out this week I got some new, brand new riders watching the channel, so welcome to the channel. I hope you click the subscribe button down below. And yeah, go back through the videos. I don't always talk about riding. I think there's a lot of great people out there that talk about how to ride or different ways of doing things. But occasionally I'll give you a tip, and I think you watched my slow speed maneuver video. And that's one tip and trick, and you know, you have to practice. Practice. Everybody's scared of the bikes when they're, you know, when you're doing like I'm doing right now. I'm doing 70 miles an hour down the highway. I mean, the tires are going to hold you up, you know, and the gravitational pull is going to pull you around the bend. Always remember to throttle into the bend. You never want to lay off the throttle when you're going in a bend. Like up in this bend right here, you're going to lean into it a little bit, right? And we're going to give us some throttle, and that'll pull us right around the bend. Always watch ahead of you. Watch up in front. Don't watch below where you're at. Watch where you're going. And that way you can kind of follow the natural curvature of the road. And just let that tire go around there. The big trick is, and when I first started riding again, Mrs. HDR always said, man, you're all over the road. You're back and forth, back and forth. She said, how come you're not like that Sean Smoke? Because we watch him, and he rides a perfect track. When he lays in a bend, his tires never go off, you know, either side. So try to find out, you know, where your line is and just hold your line. If you feel more comfortable on the inside, ride the inside. If you feel more comfortable on the outside, pass the truck again, throttle down. There, we got it right around him. Now, I can warn you, when you are passing somebody, it's a good idea to be on the far outside of the lane, or inside, whichever way you want to look at that. So, yeah, but just throttle into the bends and you should be able to hold your perfect line. I rode with the guy one time. He never leaned his bike. He steered around the bends. He would physically turn the handlebars. That's a very bad idea. The bike wants to lean. You know, I would say 80% of riding a motorcycle, you're riding on the edge of your tires, not on the center. So, I mean, because we're always in bends, face it. They never build really a straight highway. 72. It says it should be 55. I'm doing 72. Well, that sucks. That's not a good idea. So there, that's all the tips of the week I have for you. Let's get around all these guys because my exit's coming up. I would hate to miss it because then I'll be down in West Virginia somewhere. So yeah, it's been a good, the weather's been really turning nice here, really fast. It's been a little breezy. It's a little breezy today, a little wind gust picking up here, but not bad enough where you wouldn't ride a motorcycle, that's for sure. Now we have to get around this guy and get up here. Uh-oh, mayday. Everybody's stopping here. Everybody's holding up. Nope, now they're going. They thought about it for a minute. That's Dallas Pike. We don't want that one. We want the next one. Exits in 1 mile. I can make us. That's not good. Perfect. So we're going down here, and we're going to hook up with the HOG chapter. So. Hope everybody again is having a great day. Thanks for riding along there. I know we didn't discuss too much. Well, folks, that meeting went very well. I got to meet an actual viewer that's a member of our HOG chapter. His name is Joe. Really cool guy. Lives down here in West Virginia. Had to stop and get some fuel, a little petrol for the ride home. Go down this back way again. Yeah, and then actually before I left the meeting, it was funny because I did that video of the group ride, our HOG chapter ride, and I had the one guy, his wife stopped me and said, "Hey, what kind of camera do you use on that helmet?" And I told her it's the Sena 10C Pro. And she said she wants to buy her husband a camera to record videos of him riding. So that's pretty cool. So, maybe we'll get more people into the hobby of moto vlogging. At the same time of getting people involved in the HOG chapter. So it's always good to see. Plus, it'd be nice to have more cameras. Just to have more cameras on the chapter rides. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Maybe at some point we get all the videos together. And be able to have multiple views of the chapter rides. You ever wonder sometimes when you're looking at cars, where are they all going to or coming from? And people never stop. People just go and go and go. I mean, there's always somebody out somewhere riding in their cars. I don't even know what the temperature is right now. 63 degrees, 62 degrees, somewhere around there, but that's alright. It's getting a little chilly out here. Mrs. HR said, how was the ride down to the meeting? I said, well, it wasn't bad. I said I had to stop. I have my mesh jacket on here. I said I had to stop because I had to put on a sweatshirt under this thing, so I took the liner out. Smart me, right? And it's kind of funny because when I do that, at least I'm smart enough to throw a sweatshirt into the tour pack, so I have it in there. But she goes, well, where's your freeze-out gear? I said, well, of course, it's where it should be, right? It's at home in the drawer. Is it on the bike? No, would have been a good place to have it. Because this time of year, you don't know, like once that sun goes down, you don't know what you're riding at home in. So, try to get out there on the highway. I don't think he's going to catch me now. So anyway, it was a very good chapter meeting tonight. I actually had dinner with Mrs. HDR before I left the house, so that way I was able to go and just enjoy. I did have one beer at the meeting, I'll have to admit it. But it was a very nice meeting. Great turnout tonight. We had a lot of people rode tonight too, and that's always fun to see whenever people are bringing their motorcycles out. And I knew that once the weather gets nicer and people can start riding, I think we're going to have a better turnout for the meetings, for sure. Just because people like to ride, you know, when they want to go to a motorcycle event on a motorcycle, it kind of makes sense. Alright, so I'm not going to bore you with my highway riding here. But yeah, Joe, thanks for watching the videos. He does have a Senna, so we are going to do some group rides this year. Or if he does chapter rides, I'll be able to chit-chat with him as we're doing the chapter rides. A very nice gentleman. A young father. He has very young children yet, so and one on the way. So again, congratulations to Joe. And to everybody else out there, be safe on them motorcycles. People are just starting to recognize that we're back on the road once again for another season. So watch out for the crazy cage drivers. Remember, ride your own ride, folks. Be safe out there, and I will talk to you next time. Harley Day Rider will be down and out once again. In the lovely state of West Virginia, heading back for PA. Bye-bye for now.